I want to talk to you about emotionally healthy individuals develop healthier workplaces. We talk about such topics as productivity, leadership, communication, teamwork, burnout, workplace culture, and deadlines on numerous occasions. However, here is one important thing that I would like to note. Emotionally healthy individuals create healthier workplaces. When we talk about a healthy workspace, people imagine various aspects. There might be policies, benefits, motivating quotes, meetings, and other elements. In reality, a healthier environment will be created by individuals who know how to manage emotions, communicate properly, regulate their stress, and be respectful to colleagues. Emotionally unhealthy actions never remain unnoticed. They emerge in communication, leadership, teamwork, conflict situations, and the overall emotional atmosphere. In turn, it creates an exhausting environment. Workers tend to feel anxious when speaking up, and the overall level of trust might be replaced with fear. Communication becomes defensive. Gossip spreads. Burnout occurs. Morale gets lower, and people appear physically at work, but emotionally disconnected from everything. However, emotionally healthy individuals create an atmosphere that is completely different. This is what they bring: emotional safety. Emotional safety makes a big difference. When individuals are emotionally healthy, they understand that stress should not turn into emotional harm aimed at others. They know the importance of self-awareness. They recognize that frustration cannot be justification for disrespect, and emotional maturity must be a part of professionalism. The main feature of emotionally healthy employees is emotional regulation. This term does not refer to the suppression of one's own emotions, but implies the ability to manage them in a responsible manner. This person knows how to respond to various situations without reacting all the time. When people cannot manage their emotions, the work environment suffers as well. For instance, a hard discussion turns into an argument. Constructive criticism changes into personal attacks. Stress results in aggression and emotional abuse. Pressure turns into emotional withdrawal. Disappointment causes blaming others. Emotionally healthy people understand the significance of proper communication. This does not mean talking to someone, but referring to such aspects as emotional tone, listening skills, respectfulness, timing, and emotional awareness. Usually, the overall atmosphere of any place can be felt right away. Some of them seem tense, emotionally cold, chaotic, draining. Healthy workplaces usually share one characteristic: emotionally intelligent people who know how to communicate without causing any additional harm. It is important to remember the significance of respectful disagreement in such a setting. Every workplace should experience certain conflicts due to different personalities, responsibilities, opinions, and pressure. However, emotional health determines whether conflict will lead to negative consequences or positive outcomes. Emotionally healthy individuals do not aim to hurt or humiliate other people. They do not use sarcasm to avoid being accountable. They do not create fear. They do not turn every disagreement into a personal fight. Instead, they concentrate on resolving conflict, understanding its reasons, being accountable, and developing further. Another important quality is self-awareness. Thanks to it, a person will be able to realize the impact their behavior has on others. For example, someone might underestimate the influence that a negative attitude, emotional instability, dismissiveness, and other qualities cause. As a result, people stop coming up with ideas, avoid interacting and communicating, withdraw psychologically, feel stressed even before going to work. However, emotionally healthy people behave differently. They stimulate teamwork, promote respect, listen to what others say, help solve problems, provide emotional stability rather than instability. The ability to create stability matters, especially in a stressful setting. There is also another issue: the connection between mental and workplace wellness. Employees are people, first of all, and all of them face stress in their lives because of numerous reasons: family responsibilities, grief, anxiety, financial difficulties, trauma, health problems, emotional exhaustion. Therefore, healthy work environments realize the necessity to provide support for the mental state of workers. Companies that emphasize emotionally healthy environment see such advantages as better communication, higher retention rates, positive morale, more effective teamwork, low burnout levels. Individuals can cope with stress better if they have some emotional support. However, this does not mean turning a workplace into a therapist's office, but recognizing the significance of empathy, respectfulness, and boundaries. Leaders play a significant role in this area too. Their actions have a strong influence on the emotional atmosphere around them. Leadership style affects people's feelings. Leaders who communicate through fear, intimidation, hostility, and unpredictability tend to make their co-workers afraid, disengaged, and emotionally exhausted. On the contrary, emotionally healthy managers create trust. They know how to address the mistake without humiliating a person, how to keep an individual accountable without being cruel, how to listen to him or her, how to ensure the creation of psychological safety while maintaining appropriate expectations and standards. Effective leadership does not mean emotional dominance, but emotional stability. In addition, it is also worth noting such concept as emotional accountability. Emotionally healthy people take responsibility for their actions. When needed, they will apologize, reflect on mistakes, try to learn from them, and grow. Emotional accountability does wonders to workplace relations. Every organization faces stress at some point. Some of its sources are deadlines, mistakes, pressure, conflicts. Nevertheless, emotional health determines whether people will collaborate effectively or emotionally turn against each other. Healthy workplaces do not equal perfect workplaces. These environments are characterized by striving towards respect, communication, accountability, and emotional health of people. Emotionally stable working environments lead to better teamwork, more productive communication, higher morale, creativity stimulation, lower risk of burnout, increased trust, better leadership, proper conflict management, rétention. People develop in a psychologically healthy environment. When we keep discussing productivity, leadership, and workplace success, we cannot neglect emotional health. Its significance cannot be underestimated, since emotional health is important for the development of workplace culture. Therefore, the question I would like to ask you is, what kind of emotional energy do you bring to the workplaces you are associated with? Do you create tension or stability, fear or safety, chaos or clarity, judgment or understanding, stress or support? Emotionally healthy people are far from being perfect people. These individuals strive for self-awareness, emotional growth, responsibility, and proper communication. Enough emotionally healthy people can transform any place into a psychologically healthy space. Thank you for watching or listening all the way through. Your support helps grow this space for real conversations about relationships, mental health, and emotional wellness. To learn more about today's topic, be sure to pre-order my upcoming book and to subscribe to this channel, and don't forget to share my channel with a friend. Remember, sharing is caring.